with progress, there's change. And people want to hold on to what they got, so to speak. Either you're growing or you're dying, but you can't hold on. That's not happening. There's no way in life you will be able to stop time. So, we're doing this in 3 segments. Segment number 1 is not even this. Segment number 1 is called the front office. You'll have a handout with a little overview. The information is a little overwhelming in the beginning, and we understand that. But please understand that our intention is to share information. There's going to be a point where you're going to be overwhelmed and say, man, I'm still stuck in the first part. Make a little note that afterwards, when you ask questions from your notes, we're able to answer it. If we can't do it today, then you know you go to umanradius.com, press the discussion board, and we have a Kaizen chat. Anyone knows the definition of Kaizen? What is it? Constant and never-ending improvement. A chat. Let's talk about how we can continuously improve. That's why I called it a Kaizen chat. You go there, you post a question, and if we don't know the answer, somebody will eventually answer that question you have, such as, how do I take care of Damien? You know Damien, right? Satan's son that goes to every school. He changes his name, his height, but he's the same freaking kid. He walks in, and your life just changes for a few seconds. And what to do with Damien? Because Satan was an angel too, right? So, what to do with Damien? You may have that question. I got the answer to that. If I don't, welcome. Today is a historical day because it's the first official UMAN, Unified Martial Arts Network, We Mean Business seminar. It'll be short to the point in the fact that it's 45-minute segments, 15-minute break in between where you can actually interact with the speakers. And the goal of the day really is to just take things to the next level. In 88, things could be great. You know, you guys may be doing good, but honestly, you can't do great. You have to just challenge yourself, and we're going to give you as much information as possible for you to be able to make a decision on where you want to actually be this time next year or in the next few months, if not 10 years from now. Because regardless of how strong we are, we cannot hold back time. And the first person that's speaking is one of my dear friends, but more importantly, I've been a fan for many years because he's been a type of person to reinvent himself over and over. Literally and technically, he does not look like the person that I've met. On top of that, and none of us probably do, because I was half the size a few years ago. And the point is that but progress has changed. Changing is good. Hopefully you changed the underwear from yesterday. You understand? Change is good. People want to keep it the same, but the fact of the matter is that there's nothing wrong with change if it's for the better. If it's for the better. We're in a beautiful location right now. This location just a few months ago did not look the same, wasn't even called the same thing. It changed again. If you find systems to make your life easier, so you're able to help those who are needing you guys to become leaders, then you're going to do it. We're just providing more options for you to do if you choose to, because it's on you. Chris Colombo, Kiyoshi Chris Colombo, formerly Shihan, formerly Sensei, at one time Senpai, change for the better, increasing. Very soon, Professor. I made the mistake of calling him that a few times. That's a pre-announcement. He kindly corrected me without telling me, but I got it. That was cool. Then I changed it a few times. That was good. I appreciate that. That also shows the humbling part. This gentleman, not only has he been an expert in martial arts skills, but I know you guys want to do a walk through the school because, man, this school is beautiful. You can eat off the floor. That's called standards. He's been able to reinvent himself, and he's a multiple person like all of us, complete human, in the simple fact that he's a top school owner, but has been a top competitor in multiple divisions. Weapons, self-defense, sparring, forms, anything he wanted at that given day. In addition to that, It's 1988, so he has at least, from that I know of, over 25 years of teaching. Maybe more, but I'm just going back to my personal reference. A quarter of a century of martial arts instruction. Forget about what he's been obtaining as a student. So I think that he has more than enough qualifications to be able to share some of the things that he's been able to use in order to take things to the next level. Hence, Kaizen, constant and never-ending improvement, which is what the goal should be. Better your best. Challenge yourself. Open your ears, take copious notes, and if at any point you have a question, make a note of what that question is, and without further ado, if you don't mind giving a big round of applause to Kiyoshi Chris Colombo.
Thank you, Mr. Fontanez.
Sure.
That speech is amazing. It's been, I just want to get away from the formality, and I just want to thank you very much for coming today and visiting my school. I'm humbled that you're here, seriously, because what it tells me is that you actually made a decision that there's a direction that you can take to improve, to get better. Because the hardest thing for all of us to do, I'm even going to put that down. The hardest thing for all of us to do is empty our cup and just say, you know what, I can learn from you, I can learn from you, I can learn from you, I can learn from you and you and you. We can learn from each other. There's always something. We always think, as adults, we tend to think we know what's going on, we know what we're going to do. And we really don't. We're flying by the seat of our pants. It's like we become a parent. You get a manual? When you became a parent, they didn't give you a manual. This is how you raise your child?
Nope.
We learn as we go. Well, our dojo, our schools, it's our children, right? So we're learning. We train for so many years to attain rank and knowledge and proficiency in the martial arts. We develop our forms. We develop our techniques, our self-defense skills. We develop all those things. And our instructors, they have so much passion. The ones that we've stayed with. We know, we've seen instructors that are kind of so-so, but we have those instructors, each one of us in our hearts. We know who they are to us. The people that have been touched our lives and made a difference and changed us for who we are. Well, what we got from those people, they spent years developing their skills. But unfortunately, a lot of our great masters didn't have the business concepts in place. There was a different type of martial artist that was working on the business side. Many years ago, I decided that, I have to improve. I can't get more than 12 students on the floor. And, people don't want to stay in the school because it's too rough. It's too hard. Oh, they hit each other. Oh my goodness. Oh no. What am I going to do? Well, you have to sometimes look at what you're doing and learn from those experiences. Now, the business side of it, I started realizing if I was going to affect more people's lives, I'm going to have to change. Because I could have 12 great students, but what would happen if I can impact my community? Instead of affecting 12 students, I could affect 30. Wow, I got 30 students now. What happens if I can affect 50 students? I remember thinking about 50 students being like, wow, 50 students.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm an instructor now. I got 50 students. The bottom line is, think about it. How many lives can we touch? When you touch 50 students,